Just being that engine for my team and just getting them jump started so we can get the dub. It was something that I aim to do. It started in practice, working on our energy and just trying to get things done and then turn over to today and just do the same thing. It's always a focus pretty much because we know a lot of nights we're going to hit shots, but the nights that we don't, we got to rebound and get those second chance opportunities.
When adversity meets opportunity, God gets the glory. We as a team, like everybody doesn't know everything that's been going on with us, but we had a little bit of adversity that we had to deal with this week. We had 2 starters out of the lineup tonight for injury. We've just been dealing with some things, and I'm so proud of this team because of the way that they've handled it. We had some good practices this week. I think Trent alluded to that. The energy has been good. The focus has been good. We dressed 9 tonight. We dressed 9 tonight, and we had to use most of our rotation tonight and go pretty deep into our bench, a little deeper than we typically do. And I'm just really proud. I'm proud of their effort. I'm proud of how resilient they've been over the last week that we've been going through some things and how they've dealt with things. And just proud of the effort tonight, and I applaud them on being able to step on the floor tonight and get the win. Trent's an all-conference guard, right? Like, she is that kid that we rely on for so many things. She's a 3-level scorer. She's one of our better on-ball defenders. Heck of a rebounder. I think we talked a little bit yesterday in practice about this being a next man up type mentality for us based on where we were and what was going on with our lineup and our rotation. And I think, not just our kids on the bench, but I think even our starters took that to heart a little bit. And I think the way Trent came out really spoke to her as a senior, as a captain, as a leader, understanding that we needed a little bit more from her tonight, maybe than we typically do. And I thought she stepped into the role that we needed her to be in tonight very well. Yeah, convert O boards was on the board. It was a point of emphasis going into tonight. We have been a pretty good rebounding team all season. We've been pretty good on the offensive glass. What we haven't done well is convert those rebounds into points. And so we really wanted to do a good job tonight, whether it was finishing at the rim or just kicking the ball out and running offense or hitting an open 3. We wanted to make sure that, all of the effort and energy that you put into offensive rebounding, that we were able to get some reward out of that. And I thought that they did a really good job of that tonight. I told Danny yesterday, I said, listen, like, the light flickers and we see it and we get excited and then it kind of goes away and then it flickers a little more. And this is a kid that is supremely talented. She has been put in an unbelievable learning curve because she's coming from a program where they did things a little differently than we do things here. Danny really is a post player who's a lot more comfortable facing the basket than she is playing with her back to the basket. And we've asked her to step into a role that's a little bit more of a traditional post role. So I think what we saw tonight is really just indicative of where she's headed. Like, she's got this type of ability. I think she's going to continue to get better and better. She's a sponge. She's extremely coachable, hardworking, probably has the most positive outlook of any kid on our team. So all of those things are going to weigh in her favor. And eventually, we're going to be able to see all of that ability and all that talent that she's got just kind of shine through. I was excited for it tonight. But what you saw tonight was not different, or wasn't something that she just kind of lucked up and did tonight. This kid can play, and I think it's just going to continue to get better and better. I'm excited for her, proud of her tonight.
I was playing hard, but it was thanks to my teammates that was giving me good looks and stuff, and I capitalized off it. We took a lot of blows, but we just had to keep going through it, and we came out on top.
He's had, he's got some tools, and he's got a really high ceiling, but that will tend to kind of taper out at some point if you don't capitalize on the opportunities that you have in practice and skill development and in the classroom. And I would say, probably 2-3 days ago, there's a light that kind of switched in him, man, and he's been phenomenal. And then you see what happens, right? You show up early, you leave late, you get the extra reps in, and all of a sudden you start to reap some of the benefits. And so that's why I said that. Yeah, I think he had a phenomenal game, but I think it was 3 days ago, and he stacked a couple practices, and that's how he's able to get rewarded with a night like tonight. Mount Olive is really good. Those two guards are phenomenal, and they were able to come back and take the lead at one point. I think it was 3. Was it 3?
Yes, sir.
4?
3 or 4.
3 or 4. And, we were able to respond. I think we did a better job of kind of, locking in on what we talked about as a staff, doubled them up on rebounds, which we were at -1.5. We end up winning in fast break opportunities, which that's what they do. They want to run. And we limited our 3-point field goal attempts. They shot 17% from the game, shot 28, we shot 21, shot 47%, but that was a key that was on our board as well. So we hit 3 of the 4 markers that we wanted to get to tonight, so that's where the success comes from. First thing that was on our list, we called it a recipe for success, and it was the first ingredient that we had talked about was just rebounding. We thought we had a size advantage and maybe a physical advantage as well. And we didn't do that in the first half, which is why the score looked like the way it was. And we made a conscious effort in the second half to get on the glass. So we had 2 guys in double figures in that, almost 3. And the score is gonna show. Like, if we do the things that we talk about, it's gonna show.